Welcome back to the channel, Journey to the Charente. We're going to call this episode the French visa system and how to give yourself an early death. Yeah? So where are we at the moment? So since our last update, which was around the TV show A Place in the Sun, we have got a rental property that we've already said that we're going to be getting to on the 3rd of September.
Mm-hmm.
In order to get there, we need a visa. So we are currently in the Holiday Inn Hotel in Wandsworth because we have a visa appointment at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning at the French Embassy, which is also in Wandsworth, an 8-minute walk from here. But yeah, in order to do the visa application, it has been a bit of a mare.
Stressful time.
Explain.
Yeah, I think we're both feeling very stressed, aren't we?
Yeah.
There's a lot of mixed messages out there with what we require or need to bring. So we have a
dossier. A dossier is what the French would say. And a telescopic wallet.
And within our wallet, we've got everything that we feel we need, from the forms that you fill out online, making sure that we've got our passports, our birth certificates with us, marriage certificate if you're married, as most of our funds will be coming from Rob. We've also got inside here anything to do with finances and where our finances are coming from, along with 3 months bank statements, proof of our accommodation. On top of that, we've also paid for our accommodation, and proof from the person who's renting the accommodation to us in a email format. And then in the back, we've got anything additional that could possibly come up within the conversation. So anything like travel documentation. We've also put in there anything to do with the kids' schools to prove that we're in talks with both schools as well. And also...
I'm going to swap arms because my arm's aching.
Sorry. A year's worth of health insurance, which you have to show proof of.
That was a bit of a mare, I've got to be honest.
And the last thing we've got in here are DBS, which aren't actually needed by the sounds of it. But
just wasted 36 quid on having a DBS check.
And then full itinerary, in brackets letter, informing them of what our actual plans are while we're in France. So what we will do is put a list of what we've taken with us in the information below the
description.
video.
I'm going to do that. I won't know how to do it, but I'll try.
So we'll put a whole list there so you can see what we took with us.
Yeah.
And we're also going to take you along, not into the appointment, but with us on our journey to the appointment tomorrow. So you can see where it is, where the walk is, where the building is, and then we'll talk you through what the appointment was actually like after our appointment at 8 o'clock tomorrow. On another note, booking the appointment. So when you first go through to book the appointment,
this is after you've submitted the visa online application, isn't it?
So submit the visa online application. You then go through to a company called TLS, because the French embassy have outsourced all their visa appointments to TLS.
Yeah.
TLS are where we are. So we're 7 minutes walk away from the TLS centre, which is in Wandsworth. And when you go to book your appointment, you have to go through to the TLS after you have initially submitted your application to the French embassy. TLS, you then have to fill out applications for each person going again. So don't go thinking it's a quick process. After you've filled out the 4 applications again, you will then go through to a screen where you're able to book an appointment. So we went through to the screen to book the appointment, and initially at 4 p.m. in the afternoon, there were no appointments available for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We then read everywhere that apparently the appointments come online at midnight. They don't. I stayed up till midnight and I was up till 1:30 in the morning. Don't do it. They're not online at that time of the morning. Rob then woke up at 5 o'clock and did the morning shift.
Yeah.
And they don't come on at 5 o'clock. The time which they came on was 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So 7:30, I said I'd do it before going off to work. And there were 2 available appointments at that point. Everything else was booked up. And that was at 7:30 in the morning or 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Which is why we've got an 8 o'clock appointment. I thought it was going to be for 2 weeks' time because it was fully booked, but actually one came up for us earlier than that.
Yes, keep trying, but don't try too many times because the system will lock you out.
It does, yeah.
It didn't lock us out, fortunately.
Yeah, well, it did lock us out, but it doesn't lock you out for the day. It locked me out when I was trying at midnight, and it locked me out. So I did a bit of research and scared myself even more.
Yeah.
And then, so it did lock me out. People are saying it locks you out for a whole day. It doesn't. It locks you out probably for about half an hour, and then you're able to log back in again, so don't panic. You'll be able to go back in, but seriously, don't do what we did and stay up through the night. The appointments don't come on at midnight. Don't listen to what people are saying. They come on more in the morning, about 7:30, something like that, 8 o'clock. So try then and make sure you're getting on at that point in the morning. But yeah, I'd say we're nervous. We want everything to go through smoothly first time. We've got everything. And yeah, we'll keep you updated.
Yeah, the reason why we were flapping is because we couldn't start the process until Lisa had got her new passport number. Because so you can't start the process with one passport number and then change it halfway through, which is what our issue is, because Lisa's old passport would have run out on January the 11th. And you need obviously the passport to be in date for the whole purpose of your stay. And the reason why we couldn't do it any sooner is because we had the holiday in the Dominican Republic, have you seen on a previous video, and then we did the Place in the Sun trip as well, which is 10 days after the holiday, so we had to really rush everything. So and in reality, our visa should actually be the simplest of visas that you apply for. So it's a 12-month visitor's visa, both going over as non-working, non-entrepreneurs, relying solely off my pension income, which should be enough. We are confident it's enough. We are more than confident it's enough. However, there are stories along the internet around you needing a certain amount. Obviously, my pension is going to have to cover Lisa and the 2 kids. But we've also heard that it's a bit okay. It might be a bit fine,
if
know. So
face fit.
yeah, so if your face fits and the other credentials, so we've heard of other couples that have gone over with way below the minimum wage, not even having secured the funds, but with a letter promising
that they will in the future.
But they will in the future, and the visa's been signed. So it's I think we're probably unnecessarily working our way up into a TIS. The health insurance, Fab French. Right, so here we are en route to the visa appointment. We're not filming us today because we're both very tired and we've got very puffy eyes, so vanity prevails. So yeah, apparently it's just up there ish. There we go. There's TLS contact, which is where it is up there. And there is the last passport return. So, what time are we at? 1:45, so 15 minutes early. But here we are, people. Right, we're in. We're inside. Let's take a seat now. The biometrics. Right, well that's all done and dusted. Excuse the hair. I forgot to pack my hair gel, so I've gone all fluffy head today. So that's taken an hour and 36 minutes to process the applications for all 4 of us. Didn't need our DBS checks. You only need that if you're going to start a business, or we didn't need our own birth certificates, and there was something else that we didn't need.
Oh, the proof of travel.
And the proof of travel, which it definitely said on a document we read somewhere that you'll get failed as soon as you get there if you don't have a proof of travel.
I don't have it. I didn't have it.
We had it. We didn't need to provide it. But yeah, it took ages. We got there for 7:45. The appointment was at 8. I think we got seen about 8:05. It just took an age. I think the best bit of advice is you're going to need 2 separate packs per applicant. So even though Lisa's relying on, or as a family we're relying on my income, Lisa needed her own
letter to say that I'm not going to be even our joint one together, because I signed it as well. She wanted it separate, didn't she?
Yeah, separate declaration from you saying that you promised not to work. Yeah, and then we had to go to biometrics. Had our photograph and fingerprints taken on the live scan system, so it's not web prints. That's good. And so now it's a waiting game. But yeah, so we've got past the initial triage where we could have got turned down at any point.
But they've got our passports, so they keep your passport.
Yeah, they keep your passports. It cost us another 415 quid. Yeah, that's the takeaway I'm taking from this. So we'd already paid over 250 quid for the initial application process at an appointment.
Because it was classed as a
prime time. Because we got here at 8 o'clock.
Well, it was the only appointment available, so we had to book that.
Yeah, and then another £415 later. So yeah, it's as well as the cost of the hotel last night, the extortionate price we paid for a London meal, which was shockingly rubbish. You can see my TripAdvisor review on that.
Don't go to the ship. Well, drink at the ship, don't eat there.
Yeah, the shipping one's worth. Don't eat there. Well, you don't eat the burger. I think your fish and chips are alright, weren't they?
Yeah,
that's nice. Don't eat the burger. It's like eating a shoe. So now it's the trip back to London. And
trip from London.
Trip from London back to where we live. And then it's just a waiting game. Now apparently it can take between 2 days and 14 days.
Yeah, 2 and 14 days.
We're not going to hear in 2 days, but yeah. So there you go. Hope you found it interesting. Got any questions? Ask them in the comments, and we'll do our best to answer them. And best luck to you.